it is odd to see any person walking around a building like this. My alarm bells are already going off. I'm just like, I don't care about you. Because I'm a girl, I can't just go to the bathroom everywhere. Have you been around a lot of women that go to the bathroom? I'm sorry, I assumed. Obviously, I'm being dramatic with time.
You're being dramatic with a lot of things, but go ahead. What? If she's being walked out here because of me, that is going to be completely ridiculous. I hope that's not the case. So I was at a district office of the Volusia County Sheriff's Office in Florida, working on something for another video. And I was in the front office asking some questions. This female that just walked by was in that front office. And I was in there just before closing time. I came back outside waiting on something that I'm also working on for that other video. Then I saw that front office person get walked out by a deputy. And it was pretty obvious it was because of me, which I think is insane. They know me and they know that I have no ill will or intent, so that's just silly. And the deputy that walked her out, just prior to this I had encountered for the first time and had a brief and cordial conversation with her. And so I decided I'm going to ask her if she just walked that employee out because I'm out here with my camera of mass destruction. And what ensued was an interesting interaction. But I'll leave it to you to go in the comments and share what you think, but come on. So I think she just walked her out here because I'm out here, which is completely ridiculous. Are they afraid of a citizen? Look at this. That's exactly what happened there. She walked her out because I'm here. Because I'm here. Hey, did she just walk her out because I'm out here?
No, I was asking her about her mom.
Are you sure?
Did you not hear us having a whole
conversation? Well, I heard you having a conversation. I heard you having a conversation.
She was telling me about her dog.
Yeah,
Sir, I don't know who you are.
Well, no, I know you don't. I know you don't.
I don't care who you are.
They do.
I don't know nothing about them.
Yeah.
I'm friends with her. Who's having a conversation.
All right. Well, it was just odd because I'm not accusing you. I was just asking you.
Yeah. No, I was walking to my car and she was walking out, and then I asked her about her mom and her mom.
Oh no, so you don't have to tell me personal business. That's fine. I was in there. I'm nice. Just like I would talk to you a few minutes ago. That's how I talk to everybody. But I was in there asking questions. And then, I'm just out here waiting for somebody. And then I saw that, and I was like, I hope she didn't say. And then what's his name came out at the same time. I'm like, I know she didn't.
You have to look
not
at the
afraid
time,
to walk out.
Look at the time.
Wait, it's time for her to leave.
Yeah. It's time for everybody to leave.
I know they all leave around 4:30, whatever. And I didn't realize it was 4 yet, but I knew it was close. But when I saw that, I was like, come on. I hope that's not the case. I hope that's nobody's saying, I'm afraid to go out there because he's a... That's
I was talking to her. I said, I'll walk you to your car. Because literally, she just stopped. We were going to talk there. I said, I'll walk you to your car. I know that you're going home. I'm still getting paid to be here. You're not. So go home.
No, I was just going to say, if that was the case, that's super silly. Just so you know. Because I know you don't. You say you don't know me and whatever.
From a hole
that would have been silly if that was the case. That's all I'm saying. I've never... They know who I am. But nobody can say they have a legitimate issue with me. The only people that can say they have an issue with me is somebody who I've uncovered something and I've made it public because that's what I do. So I never come in, I don't come over and say, F you, F you, F you. I don't give you a hard time just for no reason. I try to have conversations with people, casual, friendly conversations with people. Other than that, I investigate specific things. So I never cause problems or anything like that. Or I'm never rude to anybody. If somebody's a jerk to me, I will give it back, but... Yeah.
I'm telling you, legitimately, when I told you before, I was like, I don't know anything. Like, I literally just run around serving papers.
Oh, you're civil. You're civil. No, I know,
nothing. I don't, not to say I don't care. But
right, but you don't care. Right.
All this stuff, I'm like, I don't know anything. I can't even help you even if I wanted to because I don't know.
No, I get it. Well, what I get from some cops is, some cops, they never met me, nothing. I've got a camera, so automatically they treat me poorly or they've got a negative attitude toward me or they judge me or something like that, even though they've never encountered me, right? But then those same...
Well, you have to also remember that a lot of, I don't want to say your friends, you guys make a name for yourself. Just like you say, we make a name for ourselves sometimes. You guys make a name for yourselves. You guys are not very nice to us sometimes.
That's exactly the point I was going to make.
It's the truth,
because
right?
a lot of cops, you may encounter a citizen that automatically dislikes you. They got a problem with you, but they've never encountered you. And it's because a lot of your friends sometimes aren't nice to us. And they give you a bad name too. Because they assume, well, I haven't met you, but I've met that badge, and that badge was an asshole. So you are the asshole in their mind. And but that's an issue that you and I, hypothetically, you and I, we have to keep in mind and realize, hey, I've never dealt with you, or you've never encountered me. So, why would we just? What I do essentially is I police the police, right? And a lot of people, they hate the police, mainly because they don't want to be policed. Leave me alone, stay out of my business. And now I see a lot of cops hate the police also, because I'm out here policing the police, and the cops don't want to be policed.
I don't know you, and it's not about not wanting to be policed. And I think realistically you have to you understand that. It's not about not wanting to be policed. It's how you guys go about things. And I say you guys, you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying you. I'm not, because there are certain situations where people are absolutely abusing, saying it's a First Amendment auditor, and that's not. See,
that's something people have given me that label. Never once have I ever claimed to be a First Amendment auditor.
Like I said, I'm assuming, right? Because I've never met you before. I'm assuming with the reaction that you're telling me, and I'm assuming that's what's going on. I have no clue. I don't know you.
Right, yeah. No, and exactly.
And that's why I'm sitting here. And I don't care.
I'm an investigative journalist, and I look into specific issues. I investigate different police issues. Members of law enforcement from all over contact me in confidence to tell me about certain things going on, or hey, somebody did this happened, you got to look into this, and because they're afraid of retaliation if they speak up. But making that judgment just because that's a First Amendment auditor, because what I could say is, you said the way you go about things. Here's an example of something I've seen. I'll give a specific example. It was a Christmas Eve last year, the year before. I watched a deputy from this agency pull over an old lady for speed. She was going, I believe it was 54 in a 45.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, pulled her over, Christmas Eve, wrote her the ticket.
Okay.
Now, just because it's Christmas Eve doesn't mean he can't write a ticket.
Okay.
Right? He's not obligated not to. So I'm not saying, hey, you shouldn't do it on Christmas Eve. Whatever, you could do it. It's kind of grinchy, but in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is, right? So they left that traffic stop, and then he went flying down the same road that he just stopped her on. I mean, he went way faster than she did. No lights, no siren. There was no call. I verified. I followed. I had his speed that he was traveling at, and then it ended up being two of them. And they're going to get Slurpees, right? Was it actually Slurpees that they were getting? I don't know. But that's what they were doing. So they weren't going to a call. They weren't going to back anybody up. They had just written somebody for speeding. And then on that very road they just wrote her on for speeding. They went much faster than she did on that same road, because it's an above the law mentality, right? So when I approach things like that, that's what I mean by a lot of cops. And for a lot of them, it is about not wanting to be policed, because when I encounter things like that all the time, running stop signs, speeding, whatever it is,
right.
It's hypocritical policing. And then when I encounter and try to have a conversation with that cop, bad attitude, they don't like it, they don't want to talk about it, or about their illegal tint on the car, right? Because marked police vehicles are not exempt from tint laws, but a lot of them have illegal tint, which personally I don't care. But when we're out here writing tickets and pulling people over for the same thing, it's hypocritical. So I get a lot of bad attitude specifically because I police the police.
All I'm saying is, just like people have a preconceived notion of us because they had one bad encounter, we can have a preconceived notion of people that do things like what you're doing, right? Because they might have had a bad encounter that they didn't even know was bad.
But should we make that judgment? if you see me and you're like, oh, here's one of these asshole, label them an auditor if you want because they got a camera. Should you do that, or should you say, I don't know this person? I'm not talking about you specifically.
Right.
In general, in law enforcement, should we say we've had a bad encounter with somebody that had a camera before, so let's treat this person like an asshole? Or should we say, I've never encountered this person, so let me see what they're about first? Which is what I do.
Right, but I also think it's fair to say people take advantage of us because we are the police, right?
I didn't know where she's going with this or how she's going to say people take advantage of the police. But to my surprise, she's talking about me taking advantage of the police. Specifically me. And this is where it starts to get a little crazier and dramatic and theatrical. And she's about to, in my opinion, reveal some of her fibbery and reveal, not that it even matters, but that she was, in fact, walking that employee to her car because of me. Just a little slip up she makes, and it derails everything. You'll see.
For example, an average person, if I'm just walking around here, right? An average person is not going to come up to me and start a conversation that they just randomly want information about us. That's not usual, right?
It might not be usual,
So,
but I could see it. Like,
I'm not saying that somebody wouldn't come up to me and have a conversation, but it's not the norm. So when I
Right.
see you back here, right, my alarm bells are already going off. I'm just like, that's weird. That's not normal. It's not normal for an average person to be back here. Most people don't come back here.
oh yeah, I'll give you
They
that.
don't, right?
I think they should, not just specifically here, but in general. But yeah, I'll give you that.
But I'm just saying, right, me, I don't work out of this district.
Right.
I don't know you. I don't know anything.
Right.
So I come up and then I see you and you're like this. And whether you're trying to be sneaky or not, I don't care.
This moment right here is what she's referring to. Simply walking in the daylight, holding a camera a good distance away, and saying hello. Definitely not trying to be sneaky.
This, and you have your camera like this, and I'm just like, well, that's weird,
Yeah.
right? I'm not. So you have to understand, you're already setting off alarm bells to me, and I've never met you.
Right.
And then you start asking me, and immediately, do you know Deputy Carroll? Do you know? And I'm just like,
how you doing?
hello.
Have you seen Deputy Carroll around anywhere? Carroll, does he work today?
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like a regular patrol deputy, so I have no clue
Oh, you
who's working, who's not working.
you do like civil service?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And you didn't say it, obviously, like,
Right. Yeah. I
you didn't say it like that.
Right.
But I'm just like,
I was very friendly when I first.
yeah,
wasn't I?
right.
Yeah.
I have,
Okay.
again,
Yeah.
and I thought I was friendly too. I'm not.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's working.
Just
I
casual
have no
conversation,
clue.
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But again, that is not the first. Nobody asked that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, that the whole thing was very unusual.
And you know what I can
So-
tell for some insight into my mind?
Uh-huh.
You set off alarm bells for me when you pulled up.
How?
Because I don't know who's in that car, right?
Okay.
And because of what I do, and this kind of goes both ways. Some
Okay.
people might have an issue with you because of what you do. Because of what I do, not knowing who's coming up, when I see a police car coming up and I don't know yet who's in there, I say, oh shit, who's this going to be? What's this?
Okay.
Because I see retaliation. I see unjust retaliation for things, or that people want to try to create or instigate things.
Okay, but if you had an office that you worked out of, okay, let's say you worked out of that church, and we knew you worked out of that church, and then I just showed up at that church, I could understand you being like, you felt like it was retaliatory. But I'm showing up at a place, not necessarily that I have a right to be. I'm not saying you don't have a right to be here.
Right, it's a public
But
place.
I'm
so
showing up at a place,
Right.
where I work out of.
Right.
So for you to say, well, you set off alarm bells at me.
Yeah,
You
it's
came
true.
here. I didn't ask you to come here. I didn't ask you. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I showed up there
Right.
and I was harassing you, then I could understand if it was just like, oh, what cop is this? If I showed up at your house, what cop is this? What am I gonna get? But I showed up here to go to the bathroom
Right.
and see if there's any papers for me.
Right.
Nothing else.
But
I don't
you-
feel like I should be setting off alarm bells for you.
And
I
I-
didn't go to your job.
And
you
I don't-
came to my job.
And I don't feel like I should be setting off alarm bells with you because your job it's a public place with public employees, and I'm a member of the public. And honestly, it shouldn't be odd to see a member of the public checking things out.
It's not odd to see a member of the public. It is odd to see any person walking around a building like this.
Was I walking like that? We're going to play the cameras back.
No. I am so serious. You've been walking around
you know
like
what?
this. You're walking around. So
Make a mental note of what she just said right there. She's talking about how I'm walking around outside with a camera. This will come up again, and you'll see why it's important. But she never saw that herself. She saw me very briefly when she first pulled up, and then she went inside. I didn't know who you were, right?
Uh-huh.
And right away I'm like, always, it's, oh shit, who's this gonna be? But also, because I don't know who you are, I paid no attention to you, and I distanced myself a little bit. For one, that's for my safety.
Okay.
And that's also to quell any fears that you may have.
I wasn't scared.
By fears I mean, oh shit, this guy's gonna come try to talk to me.
Nope.
So I try to act, and I didn't say that's how you reacted, but it's possible, and I don't want that. So typically in a situation like that, I act like I'm not even paying any attention to that person, like I don't even care about that person. That's what I'm doing. You know what? Well, you know where the clashes are? I use police tactics against police, so we're police tacticking each other all the time. That's what it is, right? and then we have these mentalities because I'm policing the police. That's what it is. I'm policing the police, and I get a bad attitude for that. I see retaliation for that. I won't mention names. There are people, I've never done anything wrong. I've made public some things that some people did not want public, but that are matters of public concern and public interest and public record, which we have a right to know. But for that, and for that only, there are people who would love to throw me on the ground, put handcuffs on me. They'd love to tase me. They would jump at the opportunity for that just because they don't like what I do. So that's where the alarm bells raise up. And so I always have to be tactical. I have to be smart for my own safety.
I'm sorry
and I have to record all interactions. And I'm sorry you feel that way.
Dude, you can't tell me that you don't think what you were doing was weird. For a regular cop, if that happened to any other cop,
I genuinely don't think it's weird.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, no, I guess so, but it's
again,
just somebody walking around with a camera.
For a rational and prudent person, most people have other jobs, right? Most people don't do what you do.
Right.
Okay? So most people, their interaction with the police normally comes down to a traffic stop.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So most people aren't seeking out the police.
Yeah, you're right.
Walking around, but that's what I'm saying. You have to understand
where
that's weird
and I
for
get
us.
that.
It's not weird that somebody comes in there asking for help or asking for us. That's not weird. It's not even weird to get flagged down. Hey, I need help, right? That's not even weird. What is weird is when I'm coming here to like go to the bathroom and then I have somebody like.
Well, that's.
I'm not saying you did exactly that. But
right.
You have to
well, you got to do exactly what I did because you're making me sound like
creepy.
You're playing off like I'm some kind of cartoon burglar. I wasn't.
Listen,
I wasn't doing that. But I did that job.
As a woman, it's creepy. As an officer, a deputy, it's creepy. Again, I'm gonna rewind it back. Yes, you have a camera. I don't give a crap about your camera because I have a camera too.
Right.
Most of us don't care about the camera part of it. You are in a place, not that you can't be, but that it's odd for a civilian to be here, period. It's not normal to have somebody walking this back road, period. There are other businesses up there. There's still not regular people walking around. So it's already odd to just ride your bike through or just walk. I mean, okay, fine. But I'm literally watching you go back and forth and around and back and around.
There it is, right there. She just said she's literally watching me walk back and forth, and she's pointing exactly where I was walking back and forth while I was waiting. I had also gone into the front office, and I had spoken to some other people outside, but it wasn't possible for her to see that, because when she first pulled up, we had a very brief interaction, and then she went inside. And they have brand new cameras all around this building, and I believe there was some discussion inside, perhaps while looking at me on a monitor, which I know that they do. I've been told by some inside. And then she walked the desk lady out. Which again, it doesn't matter, but it's silly. My point is now that she's denying what I'm saying. And she just claimed that she watched me do what she did not and could not have seen me do in person because she was inside the building.
That is not normal.
When did you see me do that? Was that on the cameras or over here?
No, when I came here.
Because when you came here, I was right there.
You asked me a question. I'm trying to tell you.
But hold on. When you first came here, I was standing over there, and I stayed up there. And when you got out, I was walking back this way.
Yep.
So when I did all that stuff, that was after you went inside.
No, what I'm saying is, to me, in my mind, it makes sense. You were walking this way when I came here.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Then you came back, we spoke, then you started walking that way. Okay, when I came out here, you were over here. So to me, it makes sense that you walk from here, around here. That makes sense to me.
Let me ask you a question. Did you see me on the cameras when you were inside?
No, because I don't care about you. I'm not trying to be... I know you're thinking that my whole interaction here today was about you.
No, I know. Absolutely.
Let me tell you how much it wasn't.
You were just here by chance.
I
get
came
that.
here to go to the bathroom to see if there were papers for me. Because I'm a girl, I can't just go to the bathroom everywhere. I came here, went to the bathroom, went to the civil office, saw if there were papers for me, walked out because we were all walking out. She walked out, asked her about her mom, walked her to her car, asking her about her dog and her mom.
Right.
Came back this way. That's what I did. That was my whole interaction with this place.
No, that was just a little bit because when you said that I walked all around here because I did that on. You could only have seen that.
I didn't
on camera
see it, but I'm literally watching you. But I'm literally watching you go back and forth and around and back and around. I'm insinuating.
Well, then you just
assuming.
You just happened to guess exactly what I did then.
But I think that's a reasonable assumption. When you started walking this way, when I walked up, you started walking that way after I went in, and you ended up here. It makes sense that you were like
that I was back
over
and forth,
here.
back and forth. It wouldn't make sense. You wouldn't first think that I walked from over there and then I've been just hanging out right there for some reason.
You never.
I went back and forth.
Other than this conversation,
right.
You haven't been in one place since I've been here. You've been walking back and forth.
Well, you were inside for a while.
So, right.
I'm just saying, I think...
No, right. I'm not saying you're wrong about that.
Right,
what I am saying is, it is not natural, again, for a human being to just stand in one place like this for an hour.
Well, it was like...
We moved.
It was like 10 minutes.
I'm being dramatic with time.
You're being dramatic with a lot of things, but go ahead.
Dude, I wasn't out here to watch you.
I know.
I said it was an assumption.
Right.
I'm just thinking a normal, rational, prudent person, unless they're waiting for a bus, and even then, they tend to move a little bit.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
People don't just stand still in one spot. So it doesn't make sense to me that you were walking this way when I showed up, you started walking back after I left, and then you just stood there, and that's it. You were right there, that's it, you didn't move. That doesn't make logical sense to me.
Right.
So yes, I'm sorry, I assumed that you went there. I assumed, because in my mind, that's what makes sense. Because people don't usually just stand still unless they're on some drugs or something, and I don't think you're on drugs.
I'm gonna say I think we're gonna have to disagree there because I do believe from my training and experience you came to that conclusion because you saw it or were told that I was walking back and forth.
I think
you saw it on the camera. And I only say that
because
why
would I have seen it on a camera?
Because you were inside. So either somebody else said it or you saw it on the camera, and I say that because...
How fast? Have you been around a lot? You're married, yes? Have you been around a lot of women that go to the bathroom?
Is it possible, regardless of what you're saying, right? Just with no knowledge, is it possible you're walking out with her and she could have said something? I'm just saying, is it possible? Like,
she's not... You understand that's not her desk is not up there, right?
She was up there. But is it possible that she could have said, hey, this creepy guy out there, First Amendment auditor, keep walking back and forth all over the parking lot. Walk out there with me. Is it possible she could have said that?
I think a lot of things
for all I know.
I think a lot of things are possible. I don't think it's plausible. I think.
But is that possible?
I said I think a lot of things are possible.
But
anything could be possible.
But that was a cop explanation.
No, but no. This is what I'm telling you. You're not letting me. You're not letting me tell you.
But first, just
that's
a yes
not
or no.
what she said.
But is it possible?
I just said yes. It's possible. There's a lot.
You said a lot of
possible.
Things could be, but now you said yes. You didn't say.
There's a lot of things
yes
possible.
Yeah.
But I've been out here talking to you, and I've explained to you my thought process.
Right.
I've been open and honest with you this whole time.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't been like.
And it's fine.
Sleight of hands, doing whatever.
Yeah.
So even if you're gonna sit here and take everything else that I'm saying at face value and thinking that what I'm saying might possibly be the truth, right? That we've talked about this far. You think I've just been lying to you this whole time?
No, I didn't say that.
I didn't say you did.
That was just the key thing that I picked up on, that from my investigative skills. Said, whoa, hey, kind of like if you went inside, just hypothetically, this didn't happen. But if you went in there, let's say you went to the bathroom, then this office over here, then the front, then did 3 circles and came outside, and then you come out here and I say something to you, I'm like, oh, you were in there and you went into the bathroom, then you went over there in that office and did 3 circles over there and came back in here. You would be like, how you know that? I'm like, I just assumed that's what you did. Would you think, well, damn, that's pretty weird that you assumed that, because how could you? Would you think that's weird?
I think for that situation, in a space where you don't know,
it's weird.
You asked me a question.
Right.
I'm trying to answer it. I think in a space where other people aren't allowed, absolutely that would be weird. Mm-hmm. However, I just explained to you my rationale, right?
Well, it's just two places.
And this is why. There's only so many places you could have gone.
Right, but it's just 2 places that neither of us can see. Like, I can't see in there, and without cameras, you couldn't see out here. That's all.
Right.
I'll just make a point. That's all.
And like I said, I didn't see any cameras, and I explained to you. Correct.
Okay.
I explained to you my rationale and how I came to that conclusion.
Right. Yeah. You did.
And I think that's fair. Like, I didn't, and I told you, I was like, I didn't see you. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Is it plausible or possible that I came to the conclusion the way that I said?
I do think that would be a weird conclusion. Just because the way you did it, you're like, you walked over here, back and forth, and over there, like all the back and forth, which is what got me, because.
And then I explained
because I'm like, how could you possibly?
And then I explained to you after, it is not normal. Or it's one thing if you would have, I don't know if you have a car, right? I've been saying this from the beginning.
Right.
I go off of what a normal, rational, reasonable, prudent person would do.
Right.
I've said that multiple times since I've been here.
Yeah.
Right? It is not normal, rational, reasonable or plausible for a person who is not under the influence of some kind of alcohol or drugs to stand in one place and not move. It's not. So when I sat here and I said, you started, because I started this with, as soon as I drove up, you were walking this way.
I get it, right.
This way.
Right.
And then it's like, so I said over here because that's.
I'm just saying, because it could be just as plausible that I walked down that road and back up. That was weird when you said that too.
I didn't just say like back and forth. I literally went.
You did.
I didn't say just here, and I absolutely didn't. Rewind your video
pointed.
because I
you
said
pointed.
Here.
We'll see.
Around here, back and forth.
Right.
That's what I said. I said I didn't just
Which is
stand
exactly
here.
what I did. It's all right. It's okay.
But I said I didn't just stand here and say you were just walking around back and forth. I specifically started over here because that's where I saw you.
Right, initially, right.
Initially. Then you walked this way.
Then everything else you pointed to, you were inside.
Because you were here when I came out.
I get it. We're just going to go around in circles. But we're going to have to agree to disagree.
We agree to disagree.
The main point I want to make is we shouldn't be judging each other.
I'm not judging you about
No, I'm not saying you are.
I'm
not saying you are. No, and I appreciate you talking to me. Genuinely, I appreciate you talking to me. Because overall, whether I'm investigating something or just having interactions, that's what I'm looking for. Just genuine conversations like this. Even if 2 sides don't agree, that's okay. We're not supposed to always agree on everything. This would be a boring world, right? But a lot of times we turn on ego and we turn on things. I'm better than you. I can't, I'm not going to talk to you. So I genuinely do appreciate conversation. We don't always have to end every conversation seeing eye to eye on everything. You don't have to walk away and be like, yes, we totally agree on everything we're talking about. That doesn't have to happen. Just the conversation. That's a big step, right? That's a big step in not judging each other.
Yeah, well,
Collectively.
You got a female, and you know females like to argue. So
I do.
Congratulations.
We're going to agree to disagree on that, but I appreciate you talking to me.
Okay.
All right,
You
take
have a
care.
better day, okay?
No, it's fine. You have a better day.